I found 6 interesting EDC gadgets that caught my eye. I finally made time to sit down and try them out and see how they work. The holidays are coming up, you might be looking for some budget-friendly gift ideas.
Every election day I go Christmas shopping.
I think this is a great selection of EDC gadgets because each item can do a lot of things for just a little bit of money.
Okay, let's do this.
This little light, for example, it's like a Swiss Army knife. It can do so many things for such a small amount of money.
Would you look at that?
I think this one was less than $10, which is very impressive. It really does have so many features that are actually very useful. First of all, it makes 800 lumens, which is extremely bright. I was just playing around with this thing and actually shined in my eyes, and it was a big mistake. So don't shine in your eyes, that's the first tip.
Very smart. Very smart.
You won't have to buy batteries because it is USB rechargeable. It's got this little spring-loaded latch at the top where you can clip it onto stuff. You see on the back, it's got a really strong magnet right in the center, so you can attach it to things as needed, or you can just store it someplace.
Now I know.
It also has this little fold-out stand. It just integrates right there at the back of the frame. You can just fold that out and stand it up on a table or something if you need to.
Wow, that's pretty nice.
They even incorporated a little threaded port on the bottom for like a tripod stand. So if you have something that's made for a camera tripod, this will probably work with it. What a cool little gadget. This thing has so many features and it's very affordable. For this price, I think you could order 2 or 3 of them and just give them away as presents. Great little stocking stuffer.
Presents, 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 presents!
Hey, have you guys ever seen these? They call these things infinity cubes. It kind of reminds you of a Rubik's Cube, but it looks like it's trying to be a transformer or something. The way it opens up and it folds on itself. It's a heavy little fidget that feels really good in your hand. It's all metal construction, it feels really well made. The sound it makes rolling through your fingers is actually kind of relaxing, so it makes it that much more enjoyable just to handle. I think they look really nice to have sitting out, and they're actually available in a bunch of different colors. They're just under $20, so they make a really nice gift idea. It's not one of those things that you're going to set down after Christmas. If you keep it, you don't lose it, which is my problem. Keep it someplace where you're not going to lose it. It's going to bring you some enjoyment throughout the year.
What else you got?
I'm really excited to show you this next gadget. I think they're really cool. I can't believe something like this costs under $20. In fact, they're well under $20. I don't know how they do it.
Unbelievable.
But it's a really neat little thing. It's a great gift idea because it's really a gadget. I'm just really excited to show you this. Check out this 8-piece set mini knives. The pictures of these things on Amazon really don't do them justice. They actually look a lot better in person. They're just a neat little knife. The details on the handles makes them very realistic. But don't get me wrong, these aren't toys. These are not something that you want to give to a kid. These are real knives. They're just very small, scaled down. They're like a novelty gift, but they are real. They're steel, they're sharp. They're not extremely sharp. They will cut stuff, you can chop with them, but they're legitimate knives. They're just very small. Finding an actual purpose to use these knives will be challenging. I think they're just a fun little novelty gift. I've had plenty of knives that have really small blades, but the trick is to have a full-size handle. That's where we're gonna get stuck on these. You don't always need a long blade or something to do some real cutting or carving. I think you'll find some good uses for these doing some arts and crafts projects. Most of the blades in this little 8-piece set, they all kind of have this cleaver design to them. Some of them even look like an oversized kitchen knife. But my favorite is this one. It looks like a tiny little Bowie knife. I'm just a huge fan of Bowie knives. I think they have a great design to them. This one actually looks pretty cool. It's just very tiny. So if you're sitting around a group of people, like over the holidays, Thanksgiving or Christmas, and you have a little project, a little craft, people like to build things like little gingerbread houses or anything like that. These will be a great little thing. If you have a people sitting around a table, just pass these out. Everybody gets one and say, hey, this is your little knife you can use to sculpt something or do little projects, you know, as a group activity. Okay, guys, what's your first impression of this thing? If you're taking a look at it, you've never seen it before, write in the comments what you think it might be as your first impression.
I don't really know.
Now, you've probably seen this before, maybe on Amazon or some other website, but just let me know what you guys think it might be as your first thought. So Gerber came out with this money clip that actually has a knife integrated into it. Just looking at this thing, you would never guess that there's a knife built into it. So to take the knife out, all you have to do is push down on this little button on the inside of that ring and to pull the knife out. So here's what the knife looks like. It's almost like a fixed blade little tiny knife. One of the challenging things of little knives like this is just holding on to them. But what I found is you can slip one of your fingers into the hole and kind of hold on to the blade up here. It gives you some good leverage and control if you're opening boxes or making some little cuts. That's a good little way I found to hold on to it. So you'll notice that one side's flat. That's the side that has to be up against the money clip. When you slide it back in, you kind of have to make sure that the flat side goes in on the back side. It does have a really nice thick money clip on the back side. It's plenty strong to hold lots of cards and cash. Okay guys, check out this little grenade. Grenade! So this is like a keychain sized little canister. It's made to keep a few little tiny items down inside of it. The top of this thing unscrews, and you have a little compartment down inside of there where you can keep some small items. I wasn't sure what to use this thing for, but I was thinking about just filling it up full of BBs or pellets. You can even put a little, like a backup little fishing kit for like emergencies or some waterproof matches. Whatever it is, it has to be really small and short. I think it'd make a great little canister for BBs. Hey, you guys let me know down in the comments what would fit in here. You have a very limited amount of space, but it is good for a keychain or something like that. But it's overall, it's very small. So whatever little items you could put in there, just let me know some ideas down in the comments. These little pocket-sized battery banks are so handy. You're gonna be really glad you have one of these. If you ever get stuck in a waiting room or you have a little power outage around the holidays, these things are so good to have in your pocket when that power goes out. And if you're planning on that road trip during the holidays, you're gonna have a lot of devices floating around the car. If you have a family, these are great to have to keep everything running, keep everybody happy.
The battery's dead.
This one's great for pocket carry. It's very small. It's got those nice rounded edges, so it's not gonna get in the way of anything. It also has this digital readout to let you know how much power you got left. So you can actually power 2 devices at once. It has 2 USBs for the power going out. So if you have 2 devices you want to keep running, keep them charged, this is great for that. And to charge this little guy up, all you need is a USB-C cable that it comes with. Oh, don't let me forget to show you, this thing has a hidden feature. See that little button on the back? What do you guys think that does? I was thinking to myself, that can't be a battery compartment. This thing don't take batteries, it's rechargeable. Okay, so now I see it slides out. So now what does that do? This little thing slides out. I mean, does it reveal a battery compartment? I looked inside there. I was like, that's not a battery compartment. Is it like a memory chip or some other thing? I have no idea. So what this thing is actually a phone stand. So you slide that little tab out and it'll actually cradle your phone. You can stand your phone up and keep it charged all at the same time. And this thing's kind of heavy, so it supports your phone really well. It's not going to slide or push it away. So I tried it with my Samsung. It's got this little case on it that's kind of thick and actually worked really well. So I think that's pretty cool. Hey, if you guys want to add some of these items to your EDC or to your Christmas list this year, I'll leave links for all these things down in the description of my video. Hey, let me know down in the comments which one of these gadgets was your favorite. I think this little flashlight was probably my favorite out of all of them. It had a very small price and it just had so many little features. You know what? I actually forgot to mention it has a bottle opener on the side. I know everything under the sun has a bottle opener nowadays, but hey, I forgot to mention it earlier, so there it is. I think my second most favorite would be these mini knives. I think they're just really cool. I'm just so impressed that somebody can make these, even a factory or whatever. I know they're imported from overseas, but I don't know how they can make these little things with real handles, real steel for like $15 or $20 for a set of them. I think that's so cool. Most of these things I have here today, they're all kind of novelty EDC gadgets, but this power bank really is the most practical. It really can serve the most purpose if you want to think of it that way. So as far as practicality goes, this little power bank is probably the best out of them all. Hey, really appreciate you guys watching and checking out all these EDC gadgets. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. You guys take care. I'll see you soon.